here to
heard. Yeah, yeah,
represent the country. Yeah.
I heard. I
Because
heard. I
we
heard.
sent pirates to the what you call African Cup of Nations and ish they couldn't do it. But anyway, it's not about pirates today.
Yeah, sure, cheetahs.
How's it?
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
feeling.
Sharp, sharp.
Welcome to Let's Argue. Welcome to Let's Argue Football. This is the space where opinions meet evidence, where form beats reputation, where numbers test the narratives. This weekend delivered shocks, statements, and serious questions across England, Spain, Italy, and of course the Bundesliga. Don't forget, League One is in there, and of course, as Lebza just affectionately mentioned there for South Africa, Kaiser Chiefs flying the South African flag on the African continent. Before we argue, we ground ourselves in form. Now, kicking things off, gentlemen. Premier League action. Premier League action. Jam packed.
Oh yeah.
I know Van Roy. I know Van Roy. You know what is on the ropes. You know, taking to account what happened over the weekend. We have
Aish.
the Arsenal. You know, in the last 5 games, they have 3 wins, 1 draw, and 1 loss. Coming into second place, we have Manchester City. Manchester City have, from their last 5 games, 2 draws, 2 losses, and 1 win. You know, the new manager from Grade 9, he's actually starting to cut the mustard. If we just take into account the last 2 performances, Chelsea are sitting third with 4 wins, gentlemen, and 1 draw in their last 5 games. And Aston Villa, gentlemen, they're moving like a locomotive that has no brakes. They have 5 wins in their last 5 games. Gentlemen, this is crazy. I don't know about y'all, but
Yo.
Unai Emery is knocking on the door. Liverpool, oh my Liverpool, oh Van Roy. Hey, hey. Arne Slot's unbeaten run for 13 games came to a halt. They
Aish.
registered 3 wins, 1 draw, and very recently a loss to Bournemouth in a pulsating game. And then Tottenham Hotspur, I think is just a little bit of the same, gentlemen, because they are blowing hot and cold, hot and cold, hot and cold, and cold. You know, they have 4 draws and 1 loss from their last 5 games. And lastly, the Hammers. The Hammers have registered a draw, 2 losses, and 2 wins in their last 5 games. So, without any waste of time, let's go to London, gentlemen, where West Ham entertained Sunderland in a 4-goal thriller. 3 goals to the good for West Ham and 1 consolation for Sunderland. West Ham United entered the weekend inside the bottom 3. They leave with belief. 3 goals from structured attacking phases, 2 goals from wide overloads. This was their highest expected goals output since November. David Moyes set them up to attack the second balls, and Sunderland folded.
You know what, dog? This was survival football with purpose. Because, first of all, the coach, David Moyes, this is where he belongs. I don't know what he was doing at Man United there when he thought he could be, the heir to Ferguson. These are the types of matches that he must play, where he's fighting for relegation. It's like Sean Dyche. Sean Dyche. You don't make Sean Dyche coach Chelsea. You make him coach
San
somewhere
Alabama.
where yeah, so that he can fight down there at the bottom, gents, at the bottom. But anyway, West Ham ran more than Sunderland. Obviously, you can see by the scoreline, they won more duels. And when a team wins more duels, it means they get to control proceedings. And then when teams fight for their lives, like we saw with West Ham, intensity decides the matches.
Yeah, and it is very true. And remember earlier during the season, I said Sunderland is yet to compete, but I don't know what happened. In this game, they look basically overwhelmed at this level. It's too many individual errors that they are making, and far too little threat in front of goal. So it proves to be problems.
Yeah, gentlemen, you know what? They really kick things off, you know what? From 0 to 100 very quickly. But then after that, we saw Burnley entertaining Tottenham Hotspur, also another 4-goal trailer. with a point shared after a 2-2 draw. Tottenham Hotspur remain winless in 2026, gentlemen. We're almost into February and they still have not won a game in the Premier League. 5 league matches without a win. Christian Romero's header saved a point, but not the trend. Tottenham Hotspur conceded again from wide areas. Burnley created fewer chances, but they executed their opportunities way better than this Tottenham Hotspur side. Alebza, there are real
You know
problems here.
what? Maybe it's also another thing. Thomas Frank Liena is not a coach for the top of the league. So obviously, these are the types of matches that he probably usually would draw Vele if he was coaching his normal teams. Where was he again before he came here? Brentford or something. Or
Yeah,
so
yeah.
sometimes when these managers get these promotions to go coach these top 4 teams or top 5 teams, hey, it
Yeah.
becomes a big step up because here you can't just motivate them on grit and gut. These are millionaires.
Mm,
You understand? These are
mm.
millionaires. You can't tell them run for your life. You're gonna be like, you know what? Running for your life is like in a favela in Brazil. Don't tell me
Yeah,
anything,
yeah.
Thomas Frank.
Yeah.
So for me, it's a mentality issue. Do you understand? Thomas Frank is struggling to get the best out of his people. Leadership is 2 things. You need to inspire, you need to motivate. He's failing on both of them. You see, so Tottenham, they always collapse late. And they've got people that are veterans, bro, that have played the game. Like Richarlison's not a kid anymore. All of those players. Romero is a World Cup winning legend of Argentina. So they've got what you call this thing experience, but they do not control game endings. That's the part that definitely baffles me.
Yeah, sure. Look, the pressure is on now for Thomas Frank. It continues where the draws basically feel like defeats because there are so many, and then you get one loss in between. It just dampens the team spirit and morale totally.
Yeah, if Andre, do you think Thomas Frank will last until Valentine's Day?
Ah.
No, I
No,
don't.
but wait,
I know.
Roy. Also, you must think of the ownership of Tottenham. That guy is like saving money. Remember, when you fire a coach before his contract
You have to
ends,
pay
you have to
him.
pay him out. So he might rather just keep him.
But if you look at
Daniel
it as
Levy.
well, if you
Daniel
look at it
Daniel
Levy,
as
Levy.
well,
he
Yeah,
loves money in his pocket. He's like Mr. Scrooge.
yeah,
The money
definitely,
must remain in his pocket.
And
He's
just
that's
not
the
like
reason.
Perez. He's not like Perez. Perez, using other people's money. Perez is like a spoiled 5-year-old of a politician. Do you understand? He's just like, Dad, I want a Bugatti. They go get him a Bugatti. Dad, I want the.
Lebza,
Yeah, anyway.
Lebza, in La Liga, ne, if you're going to be the president of a socio club like Barca or Real Madrid, right? The first thing you need to do before you sit in the hot seat, you need to deposit 15% ne,
Yeah.
of the club's budget. Ne? Now,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you know this, ne, but Florentino Perez is directly responsible for Juan Laporta coming back to be president. So all these other things that you are mentioning, I'm not sure where they come from, but that's neither here or there. Ne? Now, let's
Sorry, Roy. We move from EPL to the League of Champions. But anyway, Timo, please carry on. Carry on.
Now, we also saw Manchester City entertaining Wolverhampton Rovers. Manchester City dropped Erling Haaland and the team responded. Gentlemen, Pep Guardiola adjusted the shape of the team where Mamouche and Semenyo scored early. Manchester City controlled possession as per normal proceedings at 65% possession and conceded no big chances in this consummate professional performance against Wolverhampton.
So you see, the problem is, Shahid, if you're listening, Nosisa, if you're listening, if you ever get past the
you.
10-minute mark, this is where I need to school you a bit about football because you guys are just you YouTube loving highlight people, not football understanding people. Because
Yeah.
you guys just want a person who's a stat header. Like as long as Haaland scores 3 when we are winning 5-0, ooh, Haaland is scored. No, we need him to score when we don't have goals, when we are struggling. He needs to go ahead and find a goal. It's his sole job. Imagine the nurse not saving your life, saying, "Oh, sorry, I'm having a bad night." No, it's her sole job to save you. So the issue with me for me is the City fans, obviously, what happened was they it's like the entrepreneurs. They got rich quickly without the education of what it means to be rich. So they got too rich without the mentality of knowing how to treat riches. So that's why now when they lose, what happens is they don't know how to explain it. They're gonna find excuses like a parent who doesn't take their child to practice, but then they lose, say the ref was unfair. No, City fans, you need to learn soccer. Haaland doesn't work for a Pep system. Pep tried to make it work because of English. You got to get a central striker. I think I was so tired of hearing it. But you need fluidity in a Pep system. Just, you see, like a Ferran Torres that he used to have, what you call it, Alvarez that is now at Atletico. Those are the type of Pep strikers. Those who move, those who touch the ball a lot. Like, believe me, a Barcelona goalkeeper touches the ball more than Haaland. Like,
It's facts. And that
anyway,
is
this
that
was
is
tactical humility. I'm so happy that City actually also bought the guy Gay because he looked like stable. I hope Pep just gives him confidence because we sometimes just need someone who can header a ball out. Kusanov just wants to chest trap everything. Guardiola trusted the structure over his stars because stars in England are different from the stars in La Liga. Stars in La Liga deserve the star name. In
Yeah,
in England, score 50 goals. What a star! Like, really, who passed you the ball for you to header it in? Anyway,
yeah, you said a lot, my friend. But yeah, I'm just going to. Hey, and I don't want to start this, but I want people to see. Remember last week he said I was dick riding, and I said take Alan out. You will see
yeah,
there are other players on the bench that can make a difference. And look what happened.
yeah.
Anyway, Sati did look dangerous when they were challenged. Wolves, on the
Mm.
other hand, they offered little resistance. They didn't fight back. They didn't have, that oomph, man. That's what they actually needed. They needed that oomph to get them at least one goal or go and draw. That's it. But anyway, yeah, that was a win for City. City are now closer to closing the gap on Arsenal. So yeah, it,
But
it, it
you
was.
know what, Tibo, I think though
yeah.
City now they are missing a Vitinha, a Petri, what's that kid from Turkey that plays for Real Madrid?
Guler.
Yes, they are missing a player like that right now. Do you understand? Because Cherky, as much as he tries, but he doesn't really do that part. Because we've got enough players that will defend. But now we need someone because only Bernardo Silva tries that. But guys, he's old now. Do you understand? He is the type of he goes everywhere, touching the ball. He could be in backline, helping them pass it out, and then moving forward and now connecting attack. We need a player like that, but a younger version. Them, someone that can.
Yeah, you know what, Lebs, like I think that's two part. I agree with you, on one tip of the scale, but on the other part, I feel like Bernardo Silva has gone stale, because of the manner in which Pep Guardiola, I think he approaches game. Like you
Yeah.
mentioned Turkey as well. Ne? Personally, I feel like all those guys, especially in the midfield or in the forward line, they all should be working for Bernardo Silva. I don't
Mm,
understand why Bernardo needs to do so much defensive work. I'm not saying that
mm,
he mustn't assist with maybe pressing,
yeah.
but in terms of his role in the middle of the pitch, I feel like him and Cherky are getting in each other's way, and it
Mm,
almost looks like Cherky is almost favored by the head coach, more than
mm,
Bernardo Silva. Now, me, I would always say maybe it would work better if you maybe put Cherky on the flank, maybe on the right side because he's left-footed, and this will give him an opportunity to use all the tricks, in his carry bag,
Yeah.
But with regards to Bernardo Silva, I think the talent is there. I think
Mm.
Manchester City have everything that they need, but every time Pep Guardiola gets it wrong, they make excuses for him and say that, hey, he overthought things.
Oh, my
Pep
socks.
Guardiola. But they'll never say that he actually got it wrong. So that's
Mm.
just me, Lebs, and I feel like this team, it has everything that it needs, right? But I think Pep Guardiola now needs to stop coaching because he's been dealing with the same group now for how many years. I think he should
Mm.
just let the players do what they want, give them just the structure of what to do, maybe if they're out of possession, and then let the players do what they know that they can do.
No,
But
dude, me, Tibo, the solution is, can they just allow Pep to buy the players that he wants, not the players that are available. We need now. If they need to pay 200
put
million,
more money,
we
Lebs.
need. No, look, let me tell you why. These players that Pep has bought, he's trying to now be economical, fetch a Reinders from a struggling Syria, fetch a Cherokee, who nobody
Reinders
else
is
is
a
chasing.
monster, my lord. But Reinders
Yeah,
is a
that's what
monster.
that's why AC Milan won the league last year. Scott
No, no, no,
McTominay
no,
won
no,
it.
no. Napoli.
Scott
Okay, okay.
McTominay won
Yeah.
it. So is he better than Scott McTominay? No. Scott McTominay won Player of the Season. Did Reinders win Player of the Season? No, because he's not better than Scott McTominay.
No, no, no. Okay, but okay, Lebs. And now you're making it to something else. Last year, AC Milan didn't have Max Allegri. You see, now
Mhm.
they have Max Allegri and they have Luka Modric leading the team. Not even the midfield, leading the team. They are a completely different outfit from what we saw last year. But it goes without saying that Tiani Reinders, is a true gem. And I think, if Pep can maybe find that balance, I think everything will work out for this City side. Obviously, I don't want this to happen because I want them to keep compounding problems for Van Roy, and this is why I think this is a great moment to just move on to our next game where we saw Bournemouth
Yep.
entertaining the defending champions of the Premier League.
Oh
Game
yeah.
ended of a 5-goal thriller where Bournemouth scored 3 goals and Liverpool scored 2. Bournemouth winning the game at the death. Liverpool saw a 13-game unbeaten run coming to an end. Bournemouth scored 3 goals from transitional attacks. Liverpool conceded twice from defensive rest moments. And I think this is another occasion where we can credit this defeat to a one Virgil Beyonce van Dijk.
You know what? I would like to give up my 2-minute rant to allow you, Roy, to tell us what's going on at Liverpool and what are your feelings? Because it looked like you guys were now back into it. 13 games, no loss, and then boom, all of a sudden.
uh guys, I also I blame Virgil as well for a lot
Mm.
of things. There was one point where I don't know who scored, but then he was he made an error, but he blamed someone else. Like, how? I was like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? How can you want to blame someone else and you made an error? And I was laughing. I was just sitting there. I was like, yeah, man. It's like
Oh,
just like
man.
this is it. This is the end. I don't know what is going on. Like, how can you have such a very convincing win in Champions League and you come home to EPL, even if you're playing away and you just they just screwed it up. I don't know. And other people will say, yeah, it's because Salah is back. But yeah, it's a story for another day. Anislot on the other hand, um, for me, I think that is not the right guy. Like
Mhm.
it's
How?
yeah.
Ah,
I'm gonna tell you why.
after
And
giving you the league.
That was what Pep's team. I'm starting to see now and believe that he is not the right guy because it's like I can give you everything you want. It's like having that chick, man. Like you give her everything that she wants, and then still, boom, she cheats on you. He's like that, man. I feel like he can even get the best players in the universe, including aliens and ET and whoever, even predators. And I'm telling you, my
Oh
friend.
man, your analogies are killer, bro. Your analogies are killing me, man.
I'm telling
Yo.
you, that guy can even sign the main player from Super Strikers, that cartoon, the one with the hair. He can
Yeah,
sign
yeah, and
whoever.
Ziggs.
Yeah, he can even sign that guy. Still, it's like you give him
Bruh,
everything.
he can
He
even sign
doesn't know what.
Skara.
He doesn't know what.
Skara.
He doesn't know what to do with it, bruh. I think that's that man. You can give him any player. You can even put two goalkeepers in the post. I
So do you think that he's going to win the Champions League match?
yo, I at this point I don't wanna say because um we
You
come from
can't do that, Van Roy.
we come from a lose now, ne? We come from
Mm.
a lose. I feel it's gonna be a draw, ne? Or it's gonna be a loss. But if
Yo,
somehow
yo,
we register a win, ne? Somehow
yo,
if we
Roy.
can manage to
You've
win,
lost so
ne?
much hope, bruh.
Bruh, after that game, everything just went flat. It was like cheap batteries. I was like,
Forget already Power Plus.
undefeated, bruh. Imagine you have 13 undefeated games, ne? Even though there were draws in between, ne? 13, that's a lot. And then, boom, you have a very good Champions League game, and then just to come back, and then you don't get a win. I think they are gonna sack him. I it's sad to say, but I also
I
want to
can't, I
see him.
can't believe the two of you hope for your coaches to be sacked. One Sangoma really works, so you must ask Tivo Sangoma to give you the muti that he was using for Alonso to be sacked. You know, Tivo, there's also someone I want to be sacked at work. Can you help out also there?
Hey, Lebza, that leads me actually to the question that I wanted to ask Van Roy. When you're saying Anna Slot must go, does this mean Chabi Alonso must come in?
Yo, bruh, that is like fixing a leaking roof with just sellotape or chappies and thinking that it is going to last
Van Roy.
forever. I
No,
don't
but
take away.
look,
Listen,
German
Be
football
successful
and English
then.
football are not as bad. They are nearly the same.
I hear what you are saying, and but I want you to look at, ne? Even though this guy his heart is with Liverpool, he has been with Liverpool, he knows the team, probably knows the owners and stuff like that, ne? At the end of the day, ne, the dynamic doesn't change. I don't know. I don't think he is the right guy for us as well. It's like
Don't doubt him, bruh. Don't doubt him. Some flowers don't grow
Yeah,
in certain
leave him
sands.
there.
Some flowers don't grow in certain soil. So maybe the soil of Merseyside is the one that's fertile enough for an Alonso to blossom. Do you understand? Maybe La Liga, and not even La Liga, because dude, he wasn't bad. He's just 4 points off Barca. Now 1 point off Barca. Do you understand? He was not that bad. So clearly, just it's the standards of La Liga. If he was coaching Liverpool and he was just 4 points off Arsenal, they wouldn't fire him. Look at where Arne Slot is currently. How many points behind Arsenal? He's not fired. Do you understand? So Alonso maybe needs a team that will be patient with him like this. Allow him to be 13 points away.
and if this was Barca, would it be fine with you? Would being 13 points away from like
No, at,
defending.
at Barca, just like at Real Madrid, the standards are too high. Basically, when we look at form guide, we need to just see www like it's a website.
Meaning he would have already been fired.
Yeah, he would have been gone. If let's say
Let's leave
Hansi
on that.
Flick was number 4, it's gone. Okay, go Tibo.
We saw
Are you?
Brentford entertaining Nottingham Forest. It ended in a 2-0 win for the away side. Nottingham Forest scored rare goals. Forest broke a 6-match scoring drought. They defended deep and struck clinically.
All right, these are one of those type of matches that I don't really usually watch, man. You know, it's like 90 minutes, bro. I could do quite a lot. I could write a poem. I could pray. I don't know, man. But yeah, but I know that they play nice football when I see them play against nice teams. But Forest showed discipline according to the tactics that I saw. And then Brentford, yeah, you know what? Ever since Brentford lost, I think Thomas Frank, was it Thomas Frank that they lost? They really don't know how to play
Yes.
because they used to be a great team with Mbemo and stuff, and they used to like really shock the big teams. Now Brentford is just another. You see how it is. This is how Ferguson won the league back in the day. He used to buy all the team's top players and then play with them against the team now without a star. You know, he used to kill them exactly. That's how Real Madrid also did it, right? They'd be like, oh, Figo, Barca, steal. Ah, look, Cristiano Ronaldo, Manchester United, come. Ah, you know, troop, 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 troop. And then let's now go beat them. Ah, bullies of the world, you know? I'm the one they
Save
call
us,
the
Van
bully.
Roy.
Yeah, Nia. Lebza. And I'm gonna quote you a movie from Scarface, ne? Uh,
Mm.
we need someone like me so that they can say he's the bad guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway, with this match between Brentford and Forest, this win for Forest basically shifts the narrative when it comes to relegation battle. Um, they are still missing a few players, but yeah, they actually came with a win. I thought that it was gonna be a draw or Brentford is gonna win because they're playing at home, despite them losing a couple of players. But well done to them.
And then when we go to London, we saw Crystal Palace entertaining the world champions Chelsea. The game ended in a 3-1 scoreline favoring the world champs. Chelsea moved into fourth position as Val not only scored, but he also assisted. Chelsea created 9 chances and dominated the midfield zones.
You know what? Chelsea is growing, but I still think they're like a 2-year-old. You don't know whether they're gonna fall as they try to walk. So they do look balanced in a match like this because they do know how to set themselves up for a big match. But let them play what you call Burnley next week, and all of a sudden they lose 1-0. You know, so maybe the top four will motivate them to stay there. But Chelsea, nah, still baby, still a baby to me.
Yeah. You know what, Lebs? I agree with you, because they can play, a small club, like Hull City or Leeds United
Mm,
and lose, then go beat Barcelona in the Champions League. And then you're like,
yeah,
what the hell is going on here?
yeah. They want to be motivated. They're like stars. They think like I only play when the stadium is full.
Or when they face Barcelona. Yeah, you got a point. Hey, Van
Yeah.
Roy.
Yeah, Nia. Just to add on to that, Palace had 10 men. They collapsed under pressure. It does show that, look, losing players actually does leave a hole in your team. But they played at home, and some players actually came back from injury. I thought it was going to be a very close one, given the fact that they beat Liverpool home, away, and far away, and other teams as well. And other teams as well. So I really thought it was going to be a close one. But yeah, well done to Chelsea for making the top four.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you about a team that was not close. And this were the Magpies as they entertained Aston Villa. A rampant Aston Villa side who got away with a 2-0 win. Aston Villa won at Newcastle for the first time in 21 years.
Ah,
Emmanuel Buendina scored a wonder goal, and Ollie Watkins sealed it late in this crucial time. Villa now have won 6 straight league matches. Gentlemen, should we start talking about Unai Emery or is it still too early?
No. You see, me, I am actually part of the bus that is supporting Villa to win. If it's not going to be City, I would definitely love Villa to win because, first of all, Arsenal um, uh, chewed him out and threw him out and said, "Oh, this guy is not ready." But he probably needed the same
Yeah,
patience that they gave Arteta. You see, Arteta was given so much patience. How many years has he been there and he hasn't won a cup? Do you understand? So
yeah.
Emery wasn't given that budget and that what you call time for him to
Continuity.
develop. Yeah, to develop his style of play. Look what he does at a team that gives him love. What he's done at Sevilla, it speaks volumes. You know, once he's given time and he's given the budget that he wants and the players he wants. Believe me, Emery has built a machine now at Aston Villa. Imagine the next summer transfer window, and he buys the players he wants. They give him a nice packet. That's going to be nice.
It will be something nice to see. And imagine if, like you say, if City doesn't win it and Villa actually wins it. And that is basically, what the spit in the face to Arsenal to say that, yeah, we could have had that guy and we probably would have accomplished this a lot sooner. But anyway,
Mm.
Villa are no longer outsiders. They are in the top three. They are almost level with, I think they are level with points or with City. And yeah, it really proves that they have what it takes.
Ah, yeah, no, gentlemen. Then the matchup of the weekend was the Arsenal live at the Emirates Stadium entertaining the Red Devils, Manchester United. Another 5 goal thriller. Gentlemen, I don't know about y'all, but the Premier League this weekend was definitely on fire. Arsenal lost their first home league match of the season. United punished the midfield errors. Arsenal conceded 3 goals from 3 clear chances. Gentlemen, I don't know about y'all, but I feel like Arsenal in this game in particular regressed. They went back to betting on set pieces to get the advantage. Whereas this Manchester United side, from open play, they looked technically proficient. They looked like they were a serious threat in and outside the box. Gentlemen, 5 goal trailer, 3 goals to Manchester United, two to Arsenal. I think we should give props to Michael Carrick.
I know Carrick is the Pep Guardiola, Alex Ferguson.
Ah la
He's
la!
here. Is here to
Ah
start
la
his
la!
his legacy, and show that he learned from Ferguson because Carrick was also one of those players that played under Ferguson as he was, moving to the end of his career. So he heard a lot of Ferguson's wisdom. And also, then being a youngster, he also saw coaches like Pep, like Enriquez, like your what you call this thing, your other coaches, obviously, and probably added it to his style. So hopefully it works for him. For me, I like when you have a tough Man United, it's a great rivalry. You don't want too many t-shirts staying in the cupboard, bruh. It's nice when Man United players the fans can take out their t-shirts from the cupboard and you see them at the gym. Then you can have some banter. Now when the guy never wears his soccer top, you never know what to diss him with, Always wearing just a plain black top. Yeah. Anyway, Thibaut, that match was very, very interesting. I really do love the fact that they scored at the end to really keep Arsenal fans hoping that they were going to win. So when they
Hi,
scored,
Lebza.
yeah,
Hi, Lebza. There's two people here wearing a black top. Who exactly are you talking about? Eh? Hi, Lebza.
I'm
Ah,
also
man.
wearing a black top. I'm also wearing a black
Yeah,
top.
but you're not talking about yourself, bruh.
uh,
Hey, this guy, Padre. Ay, ay, ay,
I'm
ay.
sure you saw someone there at the gym that always wear black and is like, yeah, this
yeah,
one is.
this one doesn't have a team. Doesn't have a team. Doesn't have a team. But yeah, Arsenal, me, I'm saying it's still in their bags, guys. It's a loss and a draw. Do you understand? In La Liga, if Real Madrid or Barca is 7 points ahead when the time is short, it's very hard to get it because then they'll win every match and you won't even be able to get it. But in England, I do know that there's a possibility that Arsenal could lose the next match. If they don't focus, especially with tiredness setting in. Because you know what? It would have been nice if it was an easy match so that Arteta can rest some players for the Champions League match. But now Champions League is done, right? So he can actually field youngsters, right? He doesn't need, even if he loses, he's still going to be topping the charts at the Champions League. The log gives them that favor. But I don't know on the weekend if they will carry on then winning. But anyway,
Yeah.
Roy,
Just to add on to that, ne, if they can lose the next match, we already see signs of slipping. It's slipping away. I just want to ask you guys a question before I continue. Um, the way that United is playing right now, ne, and the teams that they're actually beating, do you think they're showing a glimpse of that? That glory days.
no price
I'm an
too
Aussie
is too early.
very quickly. I'm an Aussie very quickly, fan Roy. Man United are gonna win the Premier League.
No, it's too early for Roy. I think it's too early,
Too
dog.
early.
Mm.
Okay. Yeah, but they were ruthless in that game, ne? Arsenal
No, no,
basically,
they are motivated, bruh. They've got a new coach. They all want to
yeah,
play, and they want to prove that the reason they were doing a go slow for Amorin was because he wasn't their favorite. You know, now that a new coach that they like is here, now they are all active. Even the guy that didn't want to do push-ups is now doing them with one hand.
yeah, but it is painful.
Man,
Imagine
Roy,
they
man,
just
Roy,
playing
I'm gonna
cut.
ask you
Yeah,
one question. I'm gonna ask you one question. Did you see what Manchester United did to Manchester City last
yeah,
week?
yeah.
If that performance is anything to go by, Manchester United are a real threat to anyone and everyone.
Mm,
This much I
mm.
promise you.
Sure,
Because
that's
they really walked over this Manchester City side. I've never seen anything like that happen before to Manchester City. Normally, it'll be a clash where it's almost like the floodgates are open.
yeah,
The opposing side will try to throw everything at City. City will respond in kind. Next thing it's just a head full of goals. But for City to actually be dominated like that, no, bro. No. This
yeah.
United team, if they keep carrying, are the real deal.
Yeah, it's true. I also think they should keep him. But even if you look at the Arsenal game, United were ruthless, and Arsenal basically they were careless. The guys played like you know what? It's like that, it's like that. But then I give props to United for taking points off teams like Man City and Arsenal. That is the lock leaders. Like a lot of people that I know even made bets, Baba. Yo, I saw bets going for 500 and above that my team will win your team. So yeah, big ups to him.
Yeah, gentlemen, I think it's time we move on to the League of Stars, La Liga. And
All
La
right.
Liga things of Sure Lebza.
No, no, saying all right, man. Let's get it.
Yeah, it's like Real Madrid in the last 5 games have 4 wins and 1 draw. Barcelona, the league leaders, right? Now they also have 4 wins and 1 draw. Atletico de Madrid, they found their groove again after getting a 3-0 win. They also have 4 wins from 5 games with 1 draw. Real Sociedad have 2 draws and 3 wins in their last 5 matches. And the Yellow Submarine, oh my, the Yellow Submarine have 5 losses in their last 5 games. I'm not particularly sure what's going on there at the Estadio de Ceramica, but whatever is happening, they really need to rethink the direction that they are on. Real Madrid moved to top spot, controlling the game tempo.
No, that you moved to top sport. You just touched it for a few hours.
No, you know what,
yeah,
Lebza,
yeah,
Lebza,
yeah, yeah,
Lebza,
yeah.
Lebza. You know that, ne? When you say something, ne, and you want it to be so big, ne, and you just pause for a moment, let it sink
Yeah.
in, let it sink
Mm.
in. I think that's what it did.
That was his tactic. Real Madrid moved to top,
And yeah,
and
Real
and
Madrid
then
moved to
we.
top spot. Nah. They control the game tempo from start to finish. Villarreal now sit on 6 straight defeats, gentlemen. A consummate performance from Los Blancos on an away trip at a tough stadium. Kylian Mbappe getting on the score sheet. Another great team display from Alvaro Arbeloa's boys with Vinicius Jr. and Kylian Mbappe, particularly showing their defensive work for the team.
So same thing. This is Real Madrid's Michael Carrick, uh, Albalo, right? So he's also got the same thing that these stars need to impress him, and obviously, I think an issue with him that's going to happen is this, because he's trying to unleash Vinicius because of the fact that Anicius felt like he had the Mary shackles on his feet when Alonso was around. So now Arbalo is going to have trouble to say, how much do I give you freedom? You understand, Vinicius, so that you don't end up ruining the team. So he's going to have a balancing act, that yes, he's unleashing him, but he also needs to pull him back in. And I wonder if he does have that. Well, there's one day where he's going to take him off also during a match where he's not playing well. How angry will Vinicius Jr. be? Because it's going to happen. Right now, honeymoon phase, they are currently in Zanzibar on honeymoon. When they come back, when the real games start coming through, we'll see how Arbeloa will blow us out the water.
Bars. That man got bars, he got rhythm, he got rhymes. Yeah, now I believe you when you said you could have done poetry.
You
Now
see,
I
you
believe.
see.
Yeah, near. Just to add onto that, near Villarreal, they look like they're in free fall. They're
Mhm.
just falling, like it's just losses. And if something doesn't happen, they're gonna find themselves in a
Mm,
ditch. They're gonna find themselves without morale. They're gonna find
mm.
themselves without motivation. They're gonna play like, you know what? I just want this to end.
Yeah.
Yeah, then after that, gentlemen, we go to the Mestalla Stadium where we had Valencia entertaining Espanyol. Valencia won via a stoppage time penalty to take a 3-2 win, their third win in their last 5 games. Kudos to them.
Well, this does show resilience from a Valencia perspective, eh, Roy?
Yeah, it does. It really, really does. Um, Espanyol basically lacked game management. Like that, if that
Mm.
is out of the window, like forget about it. You are not gonna get anywhere. You can have whatever players, but if game management is not there, forget
Mm.
it, my friend.
Yeah, then the Colchoneros entertain Real Mallorca. Atletico de Madrid remain on third position on the log. 3 goals, a clean sheet, Simeone efficiency right there.
No, look, Simeone, what I like about him is that he's always quietly consistent, winning there in the background when we're not paying attention to him. And then boom,
Yeah.
it is the last six of the Champions League or the last four, and he's there. Do you understand? La Liga, I don't think sometimes he even dreams about La Liga. I think he just wants to make sure he qualifies for the Champions League. But I think he really, really tries to build a team that can handle the European nights. And one day it's gonna be his, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
just on that, Lebza, I don't know if you've noticed, when Simeone wins La Liga, it's almost always after he gets a former Barcelona player.
He
So when the,
is.
the, the Barcelona player moves from Camp Nou to the Metropolitano Stadium, you can
Yeah.
almost bet that Atletico are going to win La Liga.
David
Sorry if I'm wrong,
Villa and
Rafael.
Suarez.
Of course.
Yeah.
Case in point.
Yeah, just to add on top of that, with Atletico Madrid, they basically wait for mistakes and they punish them. And this game basically proves that um, they were at home, they had a crowd on their side. They waited for Mallorca to actually make mistakes so that they can go in like a shark in water, and it worked for them. So well done
That's
to you.
exactly a Simeone type of play. He could be at home. He
Yeah.
will still play defensive and wait for you to make a mistake.
Yeah.
And he is the most lethal when it comes to basically stringing four passes to get to the goal and scoring. That's his speciality. Win it back, four passes. It must already be the fourth pass must be passing the striker. You know, he's very consistent in that way. Thibaut.
Yeah, gentlemen, now we go to the Camp Nou where Barcelona reclaim top spot. Dani Olmo, Rafinha and Lamine Yamal were all on the score sheet. Three goals from three different zones. Barcelona kept a beautiful 3 point with three goals against a lowly Real Oviedo side. Alebza, I'm sure you were gleaming at this result.
It was an easy game. I actually wanted like a 7-0 or something because it was such an easy
I
game.
nah.
Even the boys didn't even I could see, man, that they were so relaxed. I think another thing is maybe Flick told them, guys, win the match, but please don't overdo because we've got a serious Champions League match that we gotta win against Copenhagen so that we qualify for the automatic spots. So but they did what they had to do. Rafinha was off form. Lamine also he was dribbling, but with no end product until he did his volley to score. Um, yeah, man. But Frankie did what Frankie could do. Casado, I hope he gets to form because I think he needs to play in the Champions League. So I hope he's really ready. Sometimes a player that's a defensive midfielder loses form if it's not played frequently because he's like a rugby player. He needs to get in those battles. So if you're not used to it, your body's cold. You don't want to tackle no one. Anyway,
Yeah, just to add on to that, in that match, basically Barcelona looked mature. There was this one guy, I don't know his name, from Real Oviedo. He's like dark in complexion. I think he has dreads at the top and his hair is like cut on the side. I don't know if you know his name, Lebza.
yeah,
He tried to
number
give
10.
Barca. Yeah, he tried to that man tried to give Barca hell because whenever
No,
he
he
has
was
the ball,
good, eh?
yeah, yeah, and yeah. But then Barca dealt with it. They dealt with it beautifully. I think there was room for improvement, but they look mature on the ball, even off the ball as well. Very very mature.
Mm.
Yeah, no, gentlemen, just to cap off La Liga, then we saw Real Sociedad at the Anoeta Stadium entertaining Celta de Vigo. Another four-goal thriller in favor of the home side, the Real Sociedad, who scored three goals versus the one sole goal that Celta de Vigo scored in this away clash. Real Sociedad are now unbeaten in their last 5 games, 3 wins in a row for the first time since March. Lebza.
And one of those 3 wins was against my Barcelona. I don't want to speak resources. Roy, you can go on.
Yeah, and yeah. Sociedad are basically finding their rhythm. The top eight for them is deserved. I think for we'll see. We'll see where they end up, but I think top eight for them.
Yeah, I know. It's left to be seen because now things are hotting up in La Liga. But if we just move on to the beautiful coastline of the Serie A, where we saw scintillating football from Friday evening. Internazionale, if we just look at the form guide in their last 5 games, have 4 wins and 1 draw. Juventus also have 4 wins and 1 draw in their last 5 games. Napoli look like a team where the hinges are actually coming off.
Mm.
From their last 5 games, they've registered 3 draws and 2 losses. Atalanta, on the other hand, they look like they are on the up and up. In their last 5 games, they've won 4 games and lost 1 game. Cesc Fabregas Como side also registered 4 wins in their last 5 games with 1 draw. Now on Friday evening, we saw Internazionale entertaining Pisa. It ended in a 6-2 win for the home side. Internazionale went down 2 goals, but ended up galvanizing and scoring 6 goals. Champions respond like this. Lebs, I don't know what you think about this.
I think after the loss to Arsenal, they had to respond and respond strong. This is a great mentality by Inter.
Yeah, and if you look at it, Sommer's error didn't break them. They just said, you know what? Let's keep the ball rolling. The machine needs to operate still, and yeah, they bulldozed them. They came back. They actually won with a very very good score.
Yeah, talk about bulldozing Van Roy. Como Cesc Fabregas' side entertained Torino, and this is another game that ended with 6 goals. Como scored 6 goals without reply. They managed to keep a clean sheet at home. They climbed into the top 5 of the league standings. Fabregas football, gentlemen, needs to be praised.
Yeah, Nia.
Oh no, you know what? This is definitely one of the stories of the season. Let's say in EPL, Aston Villa wins it. In Serie A, Como wins it, and then in La Liga, Barca wins it. Perfect year end for everyone involved. All right, Roy.
Yeah, Nia. Torino basically were dismantled, if I might say. They didn't have any reply to that 6 goals, and it was just chaotic. So yeah, well done to Como, well done to Fabregas. I hope he can keep this up. I really pray that it does. He's really doing a good job. That's all that I can say.
Yeah, well, talking about doing a good job, we saw Atalanta scoring 4 goals at home against the Parma side, who had no answers for the relentless attacks of the Bergamo side. Atalanta dominated the game from start to finish. 4 goals, a clean sheet. You can't ask for more than that. Elebza.
Oh yeah, definitely Atalanta rolling back the years, man. Some brilliant Atalanta football that they're known by is definitely coming back. Roy?
Yeah, near Parma on the other hand, they were overrun. They didn't have any attack. They didn't show any relentless. Even after the second goal, like nothing. It's like we're just gonna take this. But yeah, well done to Atalanta. To keep a clean sheet as well. It's very very good for them.
Yeah, well, talking about taking stuff, Juventus took 3 points when they hosted Napoli. Luciano Spalletti's side are firing on all cylinders. They scored 3 goals and also managed to keep a clean sheet against the defending champions of the Serie A. Juventus destroyed Napoli, gentlemen. Jonathan David scored once again. I think he's starting to really settle and mark his own spot in this Juventus side. Napoli are now winless in their last 4 games. Antonio Conte has a lot of explaining to do.
Oh yes, Napoli have lost control, and I think some of these players are not flowing with what's Antonio Conte's football. Because really, this at least what you call Conte is the type of coach that you know what he can lose one, but afterwards he's gonna come back with even a 1-0 win. So I think he's
Yeah,
really these players are not understanding what he wants, or it's that type of season because Conte is also those type of coaches. First season he wins it because he's gonna get you there. He's strict. You guys are gonna be fit. Next season, you guys are tired, burned out. You can't run as hard anymore. It's like a
yeah,
Mourinho season. Mourinho, first
yeah,
season, Mourinho will win you the league because then he's getting everybody motivated. The second year, you're like, he's going to try and motivate you, like, yo, but do I really need to run like that for another Champions League medal? I don't think so. But yeah, this was control. This was patience from Juventus. They look so better than when Cristiano Ronaldo was playing for them. Anyway, sorry.
I,
Yeah, it's just throwing daggers that way. Yeah, daggers,
I'm telling you, bruh.
daggers. Tigers. But yeah, anyway, Napoli's title defense is really, really and seriously collapsing. This defeat basically shows that look, these people are they're gonna struggle to get to where they want to be.
Yeah, no, listen, and in our penultimate clash, when we covered the Syria, we saw AS Roma entertaining AC Milan at the Stadio Olimpico. The game ended in a draw. Both teams settling for 1 point. It ended in a 1-1 draw. AS Roma in their first draw of the season. It had looked like AC Milan were going to steal the 3 points away from home after a sumptuous delivery from Luka Modric, but AS Roma were in no mood to give away anything. They fought back to equalize the game, and the game ended, of course, in a 1-1 draw. Elebza.
Yep, a stalemate in Rome. I said last week, winning the league wasn't built in a day, and Roma are still going to take time to get back to the top, man. So they showed composure. They made sure that the visitor just can take one Tupperware and they keep the other one.
Yeah, point apiece, but then for me it looks like Milan lacked that competitive edge. That's all I can say for them.
Yeah, no, gentlemen. Let's close this off with the German Bundesliga, or should I say Bayern's league?
Yep, the
Bayern Munich
Bayern
in the
League.
last 5 games. Bayern Munich in the last 5 games have registered 3 wins, 1 draw, and for the first time this season, they registered their first loss. Borussia Dortmund also have 4 wins in the last 5 games with just 1 draw. Stuttgart, their form has really turned around for the better. They also have 4 wins and 1 draw from their last 5 games. And Bayer Leverkusen also have a similar a sheet with regards to them. They have 4 wins and 1 draw in their last 5 games. Now, without any waste of time, we saw the defending Bundesliga champions Bayern Munich losing at home to Augsburg. Augsburg took a 2-1 win away from the Allianz Arena. After Bayern Munich saw a 27 match unbeaten run come to an end. This is crazy. But do you think, Leza, that this could be the moment where they start falling short, or is this just a blip?
No, this is what Bayern Munich do to make everybody believe that the league is tough. It's like every company has a CSI project. You know, we do our 67
Yeah,
minutes for Mandela Day. This was their
yeah,
Mandela Day.
yeah.
Yeah, but all they're doing is basically making the other teams that maybe are like 5 points behind, 3 points behind, to say, oh, maybe there's a chance. They know there's no chance, but they'll just say,
It's like Elebza, it's like when they call you in for an interview, but HR already knows she's giving the cousin
you see.
the
You see, bro, how you gonna get there? They're busy asking you questions that are not even interested about the job. So what do you do on weekends? You're like, but the job does not have weekends, eh? Anyway,
yeah.
Tibo, please just give us some other matches in here, man. What else is happening in the Bundesliga?
We saw Mainz entertaining Wolfsburg. It also ended in a 4 goal thriller where we saw Mainz score 3 goals and Wolfsburg replied only with 1 goal. Mainz pressed aggressively and ensured that they get all 3 points with this Gengen pressing mentality.
Yeah, they definitely earned it. Good luck to them.
And on the other end, Wolfsburg, they basically lack consistency in that match. They could have scored more, but consistency is a big factor in a match like this.
Bayer Leverkusen took a 1-0 win at home versus Werder Bremen. Leverkusen scored in their 15th home straight match. I think everyone concerned, I think, will be happy with the 3 points, taking into account that they have some Champions League midweek action.
Oh yes, every coach will tell you that home form matters. They can beat you in their ground, but when they come to yours, let them not leave with even a crumb of a point.
Yeah,
True
yeah, and also
story.
it also keeps them alive.
Yeah, then
Definitely.
after that, we saw Union Berlin, listen, collapsing at home versus Borussia Dortmund. Dortmund scored 3 goals without reply. Listen, Borussia Dortmund closed the gap on top spot, and they are going to fight tooth and nail to ensure that they have a better finish to the season than last year. Elebza, are you still there?
You
You
know
know
it's
the
that
Ghanaians
time.
have
Oh.
crept
It's
in.
that time.
We,
It's that time. It's
You
that
know it's
time.
that time, Van Roy. You know it's that time, Van Roy.
That time.
Listen,
It's the movie
Borussia
set.
Dortmund are building momentum and heading into the penultimate game of the league phase of the Champions League. I think they'll be buoyed by this result.
Yeah. Union Berlin on the other hand, they just collapsed at home. They didn't even get 1 goal, so it's very very sad for their supporters.
Yeah, then lastly, we saw Borussia Mönchengladbach entertaining Stuttgart. Stuttgart also took all 3 points away from home with a 3-0 win. They managed to keep a clean sheet.
Yeah.
Stuttgart strengthened their top four position. And whilst Stuttgart look or like a serious outfit, I think heading into the Europa League clashes, they will also be spurned on with this performance.
Yeah, like it's true that you say Stuttgart basically looks serious. Like Klarenbach, they lacked the fight, they lacked the tenacity. They didn't show anything in that match.
Yeah, no, really was bad, Van Roy. Then it's that time, Big Boss. You know, it's our time for the flop and prop of the week, Big Boss.
Yeah, sure.
Take it away for us. What are our nominees for the prop of the week?
So it's Aston Villa. It's the first option for me. It's Aston Villa. 6 straight wins. They showing and proving that they have that elite mentality. Then it's Como for me as a second choice. They make top five. With the fearless football and attack, man, for me that is very very good for them. And my third option is Bournemouth. They showed belief and bravery, and it actually rewarded them. Who do you think is the prop of the week?
Hey, Lebza, welcome back. We're doing our
Yeah,
props
no,
of the week.
my prop winner, guys, definitely goes to Aston Villa. You know what? I'm proud of what Fabregas is doing, but I haven't gotten a chance to really watch and assess what he's doing so that I can appreciate the progress. But Aston Villa, I've been seeing their progress, and your Unai Emery, like man, if City don't win it, please Aston Villa take it. That's my prop.
And yours, Thibaut?
Gentlemen, I hope you don't mind. I just want to be a hater this week. I'm definitely going with Bournemouth. Anytime I see one of our true rivals suffering, it gives me great joy in my heart. Bournemouth, they showed belief. Bournemouth showed grit. Bournemouth showed that they wanted it more than the Reds. Well done to Bournemouth. They are my prop of the week.
On my side, I'm giving it to Como, purely based on the type of football that they play. They play fearless football, and
Mm-hmm.
they managed to they managed to climb. So yeah, I'm giving it to Como. I know why you're laughing.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Whoa. Oh, oh, oh,
Yeah,
oh,
but for me, it's Como.
Mm-hmm.
sweet, 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 sweet. And then for our flop of the week, gentlemen, firstly, we have Villarreal suffering 6 straight defeats, coming off another loss in the Champions League. They took that form into La Liga and registered another defeat. That's our first nomination for the flops of the week, followed by Napoli. The title defense, gentlemen, is unraveling at the seams. I think Antonio Conte is heading into self-destruction mode. It won't be long now. And lastly, Tottenham Hotspur, 5 matches without a win. This is starting to feel like vintage Tottenham all over again.
Aish.
Hey, Lebza, who's your pick?
Um, eh, I don't like any of these teams. But let me pick the one with Scott McTominay because
Scott
really, what's
McTominay.
happening? Yeah, what's happening? Like, aren't you champions? Aren't you champions?
And they're not showing their champion behavior, just like Liverpool. But anyway, my flop of the week is Villarreal. 6 straight defeats is it's not an easy thing. It damages you. So yeah, I think they are the flops of the week for me.
Look, so
Yeah,
Tibo,
I know.
As I was gone, are you telling me your flop, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what's your flop? What's your flop? Sorry.
It's definitely Tottenham Hotspur, gentlemen. I think Thomas Frank is out of his depth. You know, he probably thought that he could actually hold his own in the deep end, but he looks like he's drowning.
I think so too. Look, so guys, as I was gone, there was a glitch in the system because I was trying to get the viewer questions. So I need quick answers from you guys. That I'm going to ask you some of these viewer questions, right? So they've addressed this one to you, Roy, to say, is Aston Villa now a genuine title challenger, or are they still overachieving?
They
Yes.
are. They are definitely. You cannot take that away from them. They are challenging.
And then for you, Thibaut, they're saying, should Guardiola rotate more often after the City response without Haaland?
No.
Reason?
I think the manner in which that Pep Guardiola has been managing the team has worked for all these years. I think he should continue in the vein that he does, where the rotations come in the cup games, you know. But in terms of the league progress and in the major competitions, Pep Guardiola should continue doing what has ensured that he has won so much over the years.
And then, do you think that Scott McTominay and team have lost belief, or is it just they've lost structure?
I think it goes back to that one item that you mentioned earlier on, that Antonio Conte in the second season, he self-destructs. You know, we've seen this many times across different teams. It almost feels like he's already run his race. Everything else now that's left, you know, it's just the club maybe biding their time before they actually press the eject button.
True. And then, Roy, are Barcelona the most balanced team in Spain right now?
Yes.
Hmm. And then, do you feel that Bayern Munich, after their loss, are vulnerable for the first time in years?
No, I don't think they are vulnerable. I can't even say this word.
Hey, hey, hey!
Vulnerable. I
Hey,
don't think they are. I think it was just a lapse of concentration. I think they are going to prove to be a menace once more.
No, definitely, definitely. Thank you for answering, guys. Please keep sending us more questions right here at the bottom. We'll read some of those things right here. Tell your friends, we tell our friends. Tibo?
yeah, sure. This is Let's Argue Football. Evidence first, opinion second. Let's see each other on Friday.
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
Yep.
sure.
See you on Friday. Cheers, guys.